Yo, it's Verteezy with the No More Black Tears podcast.
It's Mr. DJ Rose. No more black tears.
We got two topics for y'all today. We got our TNT, Dynamite, and we're going to have What's Wrong with These. Quick shout out to Uncle Nearest, Augusta Cigar Club, Marcelo's, and Jack Apple.
Yeah, shout out.
So, the NBA playoffs started this week, Tuesday, with the play-in. And the playoffs are today. So I want, real quick, Rose, what are your playoff predictions in this first round of the playoffs?
First round. Okay, so we got the Lakers. I'm gonna start off with the East. I say them for last. Okay, so we got the number one Bucks against Miami. I'm thinking the Bucks probably gonna win in five. Then we got Boston against Atlanta. I'm taking Boston in five. Sorry, ATL. Y'all know y'all my heart, but sorry. Then we got Cleveland and New York. I believe that's probably gonna go seven. And we got Philly and Brooklyn. I think that probably Philly in five. And then on to the West, we got Denver and Minnesota. I think Denver in six. Um, we got Grizzlies and the Lakers. I'm gonna go Lakers in six. We got Sacramento and Golden State. I'm gonna go Golden State in six. And we got um, the Clippers and the Suns. I'm looking forward to that matchup. I'm thinking the Suns in six. How about you, Vertizi?
Well, first of all, in the East, we can have a lot of quick series. Miami, hey, y'all gonna be gone in like 4-5 games. So welcome to the playoffs and say goodbye to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Then we got, of course, ATL in Boston. First shout out to Trey Young and them boys. A lot of people thought they was gonna lose to Miami Tuesday night, but they proved people wrong now. But with that being said, I gotta agree with Rose, man. Instead of five, I give you guys 2 games though. I'm gonna say 6. Y'all gonna lose in 6, and I'm pretty sure at least 2 games y'all gonna get blown out. Then we got Philly and Brooklyn. Shoot, they played earlier today, and Philly already showed us that they ain't finna play with them boys. So that's probably gonna be a quick 5-game series, and then probably the best first round matchup, if you want to call it that, in terms of competitiveness, is gonna be Cleveland and New York. Probably the only people watching it is probably gonna be people from Cleveland and New York. But I'm with Rose though. That's gonna go 7. I'm gonna give it to Cleveland.
Oh, I didn't say who I was giving that. I didn't say who I was giving that to. I just said it was going to 7, didn't I?
Oh, yeah. Who you think gonna win that?
Duh, yeah. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the Knicks.
Now,
The Knickerbockers.
on to the West though, where the best reside. We got Denver. Man, they gonna win their series. I'm gonna give them 4. Like they gonna win theirs in like 4 games.
So they go sweep.
Yeah, they gonna sweep. But Lakers and Grizzlies, man, something's telling me LeBron and them boys gonna beat them boys. But Grizzlies got like the number 1 defense in the league, so I'll give it to Memphis in 6 games. But if it goes 7, they better pray it don't go 7. If it goes 7, LeBron gonna drop like 35, 15, and 12 on them. They gonna lose that series. Then we got Sacktown and Golden State. Man, I'm sorry, Sacktown, man. Fox, y'all had a great season, man.
Bay Area.
Man, I know a lot of people keep sleeping on y'all, man. But I gotta go with the defending champs, bro. I gotta go with Steph and them boys in 5 games. And then finally, we got what I think is gonna be the best series in the first round. The Suns and the Clippers. I hate that Paul George is not gonna be there for most of the series. But even with that being said, with an aging Chris Paul, I'm gonna go Suns in 7 games, and it's gonna take Kevin Durant to look like Kevin Durant for them to win this series, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think he's gonna look like KD. So what's gonna be your you got any breakout stars in this playoffs?
Oh, breakout stars, man. Dan Fox, he's gonna show you how he that deal. Like even though he only gonna have 1 round, he's gonna play his ass off. Donovan Mitchell, he's I don't know, can you call him a breakout because he was doing his thing in Utah, but you're gonna see a better version of him, like we have in the regular season. Like you're gonna see better games from him, and Giannis is gonna just continue to be Giannis. As far as just breakout stars, though, I don't see nobody that we're not thinking of right now to just come out of nowhere and just shine. So for the most part, those are my two people, man. Dan Fox and Donovan Mitchell.
I think one a breakout star is gonna be. I think it's gonna be Javante Murray. I think
Oh, okay.
I think
I like that one.
I think he probably go to I think he's probably gonna show up against the Celtics, and people will recognize him because some people know his name if you watch basketball, but nobody knows. So I think he's gonna be. I think he's gonna break out. Um, Another person I'm thinking might do something. That's no, I know he's gonna do something. Is Sabonis. He's been an All Star before.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
He's been an All Star before, but I think he's gonna show up because he's never been in the bright lights of the playoffs.
That's a good one. So I got a question, Rose. With 2 questions. The first question is, who's your MVP? They announced the final list. It's Giannis, Jokic, and Embiid. Who's your MVP this season?
All season I've been saying Embiid, but after the regular season ended, and looking at the records and everything, I have to give it to Giannis because he's got the best record in the league on the best team, and that's how they usually say who's the MVP.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think Giannis has been the best player this season. I think Embiid has been the best story this season because we haven't seen the center dominate like that since Shaq. But when you look at from start to finish, how the Bucks have dominated this season, how Giannis has played, like it's not sexy. He just puts up his 30 points a game, 14 rebounds, 6-7 assists.
I thought a grown man can't get 14 rebounds.
and does his normal, I'm going to play great defense. So, my second question is this, though. In terms of the playoffs, who has the most pressure on them to make it to the NBA Finals or win the NBA Finals, in your opinion?
As team or person or player?
Give me a team and give me 3 players.
Okay. Team, I'm going to say to make it to the NBA Finals. As a team, I'm going to say it's a toss-up between Philly and Phoenix.
Good one.
As far as players, that's easy, and that's James Harden, and I guess I'll throw Embiid in there too. But that's and one more person will be Chris Paul, because he's always in the playoffs. I want to see if he hurts his hamstring again, because it seems like his hamstring always gives out during the playoffs or something. You know what I'm saying? He better call Jake to do something because he needs some insurance or something.
Yeah, he needs some insurance on his body.
Yeah. So, and that's what I think it is. I would say the Clippers, but Clippers are the Clippers. Nobody's expecting anything out of them, but
and they did draw the Suns the first round. They are missing Paul George, so I feel like people are kind of like writing them off already.
So, but those are Philly definitely, but it's hard to say Philly because they can't beat the Bucks.
Yeah, don't nobody think they're better than
Boston, and they're not better than Boston.
Yeah.
So it's like, but they got to show up though.
To me, it's easy, man. It's the Suns and Boston. It's the Suns because you literally traded your whole future and your whole depth for KD. You trade for KD to win a championship. Chris Paul is on his last leg, literally. So you need to win this year because you're probably not going to be able to compete next year because Chris Paul is probably going to be done. Then the second team is Boston.
Why you say Boston?
You fired a coach. They got you to the NBA Finals. and was literally a game and a quarter away from bringing you a championship for an unproven coach who's never coached before. I'm glad he's a black man though. No more black tears.
Well, to my head coach before.
Yeah.
Okay, but he's been coaching for a while though.
Oh yeah, head coach. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
So
because they tried to offer him the job before they gave it to Udoka.
So even though he's had a good season, you're the Boston Celtics. You're not the Sacktown. If Sacktown lose in the first round, this was a success. They ain't been this good since I was in elementary school. You're Boston, bro. It's championship or bust. So for you to fire your coach, and then on top of that, you've had all the trade rumors with Jaylen Brown. There's rumors that he might not be here. Jaylen Brown, if you're hearing this, come to Atlanta, man. Come home, bro. Come home.
Yeah, we'll take you.
But as far as players, KD, of course. Like you can't not make the finals, KD. Like you asked for a trade. You went to the Phoenix. You teamed up with Booker, Ayton, and Chris Paul. You're in the West. You got to make the finals, man. And you bet not let Steph Curry make the finals, because we're gonna be talking about you all summer if you let Steph Curry make the finals again. And Embiid, man, Embiid and Harden. Like this season means nothing for Embiid if he don't win a championship. To be honest, it's not even win a championship. He just got to get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Has he been there before?
No.
Never been there? Yeah.
So you cannot win the MVP this year like you're slated to do and not make the Eastern Conference Finals. It's on you, Embiid and Harden. You got to show me some, because they talking about you want to go back to Houston so you can go to the strip club and, throw your money away, which is cool, bro. I was in Houston, man, a couple years ago. They got some nice strip clubs in there.
Shout out Buck Wild.
Shout out Buck Wild. But hey, I'm not in the NBA though. My goal ain't to win a championship.
Felt like we was.
Yeah, we felt like we was the champions in there. I ain't gonna lie, we felt like we was the champions in there. And this is the last player, Jokic. You're a 2-time MVP. I heard for 2 years straight. So has Rose. Oh, the Nuggets ain't got their team. Murray hurt. Michael Porter Jr. hurt. That white boy got doing all by himself. When he get his team, y'all gonna be scared. All right, you got your team. You the number 1 seed. What you gonna do?
Oh yeah, I forgot all about him because
exactly,
he's irrelevant.
Because he's so irrelevant.
Yeah, because you 2-time MVP. You got to at least make it. Did they make it to the conference finals that one year?
They did, like in the bubble.
Yeah, in the bubble. Okay.
And then LeBron smoked them.
Yeah, but
like some new cigars.
Yeah, I gotta do better but I don't know, man. I'm not gonna say like Kendrick Perkins said that his stats are padded. I'm not gonna say that, but it's just watching him play. It's like it's not fun at all.
Yeah, he's not a scary player. Like he doesn't scare me. Like I really feel like if the Lakers would got him in the first round, Lakers would have beat them. Because he don't put fear in my heart like Giannis do. Like even Embiid put fear in my heart, because I just think to myself, we can't stop that.
Yeah, he's the most skilled big man since probably Hakeem.
But with Jokic, it's like, okay, cool, man. I want you to get the ball, bro, because you can't beat me. I don't think you can beat me. Last thing about the NBA playoffs, Rose. Give me your Western Eastern Conference Finals predictions and your NBA Finals predictions.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hold you to it as this playoffs go on.
Okay, so I need to pull up the bracket. I don't want to be like my Final Four.
Oh yeah, and you picking people in the same.
So in the East, I'm in the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm going Milwaukee and Boston. That's easy. Milwaukee and Boston. And then in the West, I'm gonna go. So it's a possibility that the Lakers and Golden State's gonna face off in the second. No, they wouldn't. In the second round, they'll. I'm gonna go. I'm kind of confused right now, but I'm thinking. So Denver gonna win, and then they're gonna have to play. They're gonna have to play either Phoenix or so they have to play Phoenix on 1-4 matchup, and then the 7 Yeah, so the Golden State's gonna end up playing Lakers in the second round. So I'm gonna go Phoenix and Golden State in the championship round. So Phoenix, Golden State, and Boston, Milwaukee.
So who gets to the finals?
Boston and Golden State.
And
Not Boston, not Boston, but Milwaukee, Golden State.
Okay, so who wins it?
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee?
Yeah.
You think it's gonna be easy or?
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna play 7 games this whole series, whole playoffs. I think Milwaukee's gonna get their second ring, and people will say, "Dog, Joe Embiid got the MVP, but Giannis deserved it."
Yeah, I think that same thing's gonna happen too. I think it's gonna be. I hate to say, I think it's gonna be Phoenix and Golden State in the West Conference Finals. Like I want to show Denver so much respect, but I don't think they can beat. I don't think they can beat either one of them teams. Then in the East, I am going to differ a little bit. I think it's going to be Giannis, but I think Embiid is going to have enough to beat Boston. I think it's going to be a 7-game series, but I'm going to say that he's going to take it personally. He's going to give everything he got to beat them. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. I think Giannis going to dog walk the fuck out of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be the Bucks and Golden State in the finals, and which is what we should have got last year. And I think Giannis is going to get his crown back and show everybody that he should have been the league MVP.
Yeah, I can see Phoenix doing it, beating, but that's the matchup I want to see the most though. I want to see Phoenix against Golden State.
Yeah,
I don't really care about anything else to really tell you the truth.
That's the only matchup I want to see because I like those styles of both teams. But I ain't gonna lie. At the end of the day, I need to see Steph and KD stand eye to eye. Well, Steph kind of short, so chest to eye from each other, and I need to see who the baddest man in the league right now.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
The baddest man in the West.
In the West, because my bad in the West, because one of the best series I ever saw was 5-6 years ago when OKC went up against Golden State, and it was KD against Steph. So I want to see that matchup again.
Right at that time, Westbrook was balling because Westbrook was giving Steph the business.
Oh yeah, he was giving that business. Now I ain't gonna lie, he was giving that business. So I think we in for an exciting NBA playoffs. I can't wait to see how all the matchups turn out. I would definitely be having a lot of tasty beverages during a lot of these games, and I'll be at a lot of local bars in the city watching the games. Hopefully, Rose sitting right next to me as we watching the games.
That's a bet.
So let's go to your favorite segment.
TNT, Tears and No Tears, Dynamite, boom.
So the first tier, no tier. It was all on social media this week. The Dalai Lama had a little boy sit on his lap. And they was playing around, I guess, and they kissed each other a little bit, and he stuck his tongue out and told him to suck on his tongue and kiss him. He later did apologize and said that he was playing around and he likes to joke when the cameras are not rolling. He didn't know the cameras was rolling. Man, I'm not even gonna say tears on tears. What's your thoughts on that, Rose?
Okay. I definitely have tears, but I'm just trying to figure out why all these old men like molesting these little kids, especially like the priest. Dalai Lama, I guess it's the equivalent of the priest in the Buddha religion. So it's like, what do y'all be doing? Like that's just
they swear off women so they can get these little boys.
That's just crazy, man. I got lots of tears, and then like usual, since they're not a black man, it got swept underneath the rug. So tears, man, tears.
Man, I got tears because one, the video's just nasty. Like if you watch the video, it's just like, hold up, bro. how can you even misconstrue that for you just playing around?
Yeah, I sent y'all the video, but I didn't watch it. I just read.
Oh, bro,
I just read about it in the research thing. I'm
I,
like,
I
oh.
went to YouTube, watched the whole video after you sending me Roseanne. I'm like, this is disgusting. And all these people around just letting it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Man, hey, I got tears because a lot of these religious leaders, hey man, I'm telling you, man, they're not right. They're not right. And people losing their souls following some of these people, bruh. Um, Unfortunately, following people, man, there was another shooting that happened at a bank in Louisville. Um, the perpetrator apparently had posted on Instagram or Facebook some disturbing, tweets or
Just basic
messages and
threats.
thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
basically saying he was going to show them and he know what he has to do. And then, he went up and killed people. Seems like we're talking about this every week now.
It seemed like that, and I was like, dog, didn't that just happen? And I'm like, no, that's something new. But yeah, of course, I have tears on that, and it's like I can't wait till we get the whole crew together so we can talk about these gun laws and everything as a collective. But yeah, man, I got tears, and it was crazy. I was listening to the 911 call with his mom, and his mom called and was like trying to warn them like that her son was probably gonna do something because her son's roommate called her, and she called 911, and and the 911 people were just like, "What do you mean? What? How do you know this?" They're like, I don't know." But she's trying to tell them, and then it happened, and it's just wild, man. I don't know exactly the what he got mad about. Do you know what exactly he got mad about to make them want to shoot up his coworkers?
I think from what I read, yeah, from what I read, he used to work there, so maybe he got fired, or maybe it was just some in-house work stuff going on he didn't like.
Mm-hmm. I know, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was his coworkers
Yeah.
that he shot and killed, and but it's just wild, man. It's happening on a weekly basis. So like it's like if you listen to the No More Black Tears podcast, you probably think like, oh, didn't I just talk about that? Yeah, but it's a different person in a different city.
Yeah, man. It's definitely, I have tears because people lost their lives, people got injured, um, and like we talked about when we talked about it last time, I don't know what the solution is. More guns, less guns. I don't know what the solution is. I definitely can't wait till we have Mufasa, Juice Man, and C's back so we can have an episode where we actually dive into this discussion and give our thoughts and opinions on how the politicians should fix it. But I'm gonna say the same thing I said last time. To all the people that's in Congress and the senators and all the politicians in America, you've had over 10 years to fix this problem. I don't care if you're conservative, liberal, Democrat, or Republican. Y'all need to come together and y'all need to figure out what's the best way to fix this problem. Because there's no way when we live in a country like America, we should be waking up every other week to news like this. Um, to a situation that you would just swear came out of a movie. I mean, it actually did come out of a movie, to be honest. It was actually a very popular movie that I actually like. What's the number one rule about Fight Club, Rose?
No talking.
Yeah, Fight Club don't exist. So there was this middle school teacher that held a fight club for all the middle schoolers, and apparently one of them snitched their parents, and everything went haywire. What you got to say about this, Rose?
Hey, I applaud her because everybody, all these kids think they big and bad. They got all these phones. When they put them phones down, it's like, okay, y'all talking all this mess. Y'all want to fight? All right, put your phones down. Go ahead and knuck and buck. Like, let's go at it. Go. There ain't nobody gonna say nothing. You the baddest. Go ahead. I'm tired of hearing y'all fuss and fight. So go ahead and let y'all have it. So I don't have no tears for it. I thought it was kind of funny. I got tears. Well, she got locked up, but what do you expect? You did something dumb.
Yeah, true.
So, but I still think it's funny though. But so I don't have no tears for it. But I wish I could have. They should have recorded some of it though.
So we can see some of them fights.
Yeah, so we could have seen some of it, or she should have recorded it and not let anybody else. But There always have to be a snitch involved. So I got I got no tears, man. But it's a funny situation, man. We need to have some more. They should put some boxing gloves on them and put them in a ring or something like that. Need to let that happen so they can feel how it feels to be punched in the face. That'll change their mind about doing dumb stuff.
I agree. I feel like this was actually good. I wish it would have been organized better. Cause like you said with boxing gloves, because I feel like a lot of times, I'm just gonna keep it real. People say and do things because they feel like there's no consequences.
Hmm.
So when you grab a kid's lunch and decide to take it from them, you think there's no consequence. Or when you decide to call someone names, you feel like it's no consequence. So yeah, for them to do this little fight club, I'm pretty sure that some of them kids that might have been bullying or picking on other kids realize, oh God, Sally got a punch.
Hmm.
Little Timmy got a punch.
It make you think twice.
Like I don't know if I want to keep on picking on him. I don't know if I want to keep on picking on her. Like just because she ain't got no J's on and her clothes dirty, it might be because she has to fight at home all the time.
I had to fight all my life.
All my life. So yeah, I thought it was funny. And just remember the first rule of Fight Club is Fight Club don't exist, y'all. This next topic is disturbing, and I'm gonna let Rose explain it. But it happened, in our home state though.
Yeah, I want to say it was Valdosta, or no, Warden Robbins. That's what it was. Warden Robbins, football coach, um, recorded himself cursing out black people and making racist comments. Um, some of it was kind of funny though. I ain't gonna lie. Because when he pretended to call the hotel down to the hotel when he was in the hotel, it's like, "Hey, bring me two of them hoes. I want a red bone and a white girl." That was the funniest thing I've seen on there. And then he was talking to, you see this nigga right beside me? Excuse my language. You see this? Yeah. He was going off, but it's like it was so crazy. I'm pretty sure he lost his job or whatever, but I don't know what kind of drugs he was on or what he was doing or feeling himself or some kind of pills or something. But he just let it all hang out.
Maybe he was sipping that Uncle Nearest.
He was on something. So Vertizi, tears or no tears on that situation.
Man, I'm gonna say tears, man. I could have said no tears. I'm gonna say tears just because a lot of times, and this is just to the white people, because we don't necessarily just see racism. We like to think it's 2023, it doesn't exist, but it's very obvious in this video that yeah, racism still exists. You have people who have very racist thoughts, who think lesser of other people because of their race, and I think it's very sad because this man was in a position as a football trainer, athletic trainer, where he's working with a lot of African American kids. So there's no telling is his racism affecting how he does his job.
Of course it is. Has to.
And that's the sad part because he got caught. But do y'all really think that he's the only person that thinks like that today? Like there's
No.
doctors, there's lawyers, there's teachers, there's counselors, there's people in all professions, fast food workers that have those same thoughts about a lot of different people in different communities. And if that's the case, we don't know how they're affecting people's lives and livelihoods because of the color of their skin. Just more famously, when you watch a video and you see how the cops react to a black person when they pull them over versus a white person. Like, yeah, the video was disturbing. There was moments that was funny, but it's just another example of for all those people that like to say racism don't exist, explain this video.
Yeah. Boom. TNT. Dynamite in your face. Yeah. So yeah, man. Yeah. I got tears because like you were saying, Vertiz, it's like he was probably in charge of young black men's lives and things like that. He probably had wrote letters to different colleges or was able to help people positions or this person gets to play, this person doesn't get to play. And
Exactly.
so, with all that being said, we always supposed to keep an open mind. But there's no way he can have an open mind if that's really how he felt. So he had tunnel vision. It's like, yeah, this black kid, I don't like the way his hair is, or I don't like this color of his skin. He's a little bit too dark, or something. I don't like the way he wears his clothes and things like that. So I'm gonna push him to the back. I ain't gonna rake him as high as other players. So I don't know if that's what he did per se, but it's highly likely that that probably could have happened. So yeah, I got tears definitely, um, and I would just wish that we can all just sit down and have a conversation. It won't hurt. We could all have a conversation about it. Man, we ain't gonna take it personal. I know I wouldn't take it personal if we can have somebody like that on the pile and we can discuss. You could tell me how you're feeling and explain yourself, and then maybe I might understand. I probably won't understand why you feel that way because I don't feel that way about anybody. Um, so, but it's just crazy, man. I just wish that we can live like Martin wanted us to, but you know what I'm saying. You know who my favorite person is, Malcolm. So I like to say an eye for an eye.
Hey man, there was a Batman to Superman and Batman vs Superman. Do you believe? Yeah, we all believe, man. So that's all you need to know. Man, this last tier, no tier. So in Romania, Andrew Tate's little place he reside. If y'all know who Andrew Tate is, they got a new sport where women wear high heels and basically are in thongs, and it's ass slapping.
Yeah, Dana White, where you at?
I'm not gonna lie, I watched probably like 10 matches to get a thorough investigation of how the sport was conducted to make sure I knew all the rules, Rose.
Okay, tell me the rules. 'Cause I haven't watched it.
Oh man,
So how do you win?
I know you know one lady hikes her ass up.
No, just tell me how you win.
Oh, you win when your opponent tap out.
Oh, so you gotta tap out.
Yeah, you gotta quit.
Oh, okay. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's definitely like you said, Dana White. You need to bring that to America, and this is one of the few times it need to just be the women competing.
Oh yes,
We
definitely,
don't need to see no men competing.
definitely
No
not.
offense, we don't need to see no transgenders competing. No
Yeah,
offense to y'all.
yeah. We don't need to see Sam Smith and with the outfit he
No,
had on this
we just need
weekend.
to see the women competing, and we need some sisters in there too,
Oh, definitely.
and some Latinos. We need y'all in there, and we need to see
We need some melatonin.
make that thing clap.
We need some melatonin in that and on that competition.
And for those who haven't, hey, Google it, and watch at least 10 videos like I did and learn the rules.
So Vertiz, so did you have tears or no tears? You did when
Oh, I got tears of joy.
no tears of
I'm,
joy.
I'm happy they're doing something like this. This is beautiful entertainment. I wish the WNBA would wear lingerie when they play.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm pretty sure I'll probably have tears. It's got some onions in there probably. If you don't know what an onion is, just look it up. Yeah, and it just bring a tear to your eye. So yeah, I got tears too. I got tears. Tears up. Onion tears.
So speaking of these hoes, what's wrong with these hoes?
Man, I don't even know, man.
So there was a
It's
woman.
ridiculous.
So there was a woman
Scandalous.
who was on a show, and she was recorded saying to her husband, I guess they was talking to the person they was trying to buy a house from, and she told her husband she didn't want no parts of buying the house in terms of financial responsibility because she wants to be able to tell everyone that my husband bought me a house. And the husband was like, so you don't want to pay at all? And she was like, no, I want you to buy me a house. What you think about that, Rose?
Yo, so what I think about it is like we talked about our last episode. Dudes could be hoes too. So now, and now, if this is your lady that you married is coming to you now and asking you to buy her a house. She don't want to help out with nothing financially, not a down help with the down payment or anything. She just want to be on the deed. Like, dude, use a hoe because you knew that was a hoe when you married the hoe. So now use the hoe because it's like how you, and then you just, and he's on the video just looking like he was
Perplexed.
he was looking like, yeah, he was perplexed, but he was like, but he didn't say to her like, oh, you crazy? No, we are both are going to do this and put money in, and do this together. You're my wife. I'm your husband. We'll do this together. I'm not buying you no house, hoe. You know what I'm talking about? But
And put your name on the deed.
yes, like, hoe, was you crazy? Obviously, but yeah, but I blame him because that's some whole behavior on his part to allow her to talk to him like that, and especially on camera. What is his mama or his sisters probably thinking about, or his brother? Like, she disgraced your whole family.
We ain't raised you that way.
Here, she disgraced your whole family, and you just looking like, and what you probably go do? Go and buy that house,
Like a simp.
just like she said, told you to do, sucker. Verteezy. What's wrong with these hoes?
Man, like Rose said, last week we talked about it. A lot of you niggas hoes. Y'all be on some simp ass shit. Like y'all do stuff and say stuff to get the attention of a lot of these women, because you normally wouldn't have a chance to even talk to some of these women. So y'all simp for them, and y'all make the whole game look bad. Like it make the real people in the game, it make it hard for the real people because y'all simping too hard for these ladies. Like every time a lady posts a pic on Facebook or Instagram, good morning, beautiful. Hey man, I'm gonna keep it real, man. I told a partner the other day, man, every woman can be beautiful because at some point in time, bro, I don't know what the fuck that word mean anymore.
Yeah, it turns out to a whole nother meaning.
Like what is the sunshine? What is the sun rising if it don't rain? So you gotta understand, we need some ugly people in the world so we can know who the beautiful people are. So y'all need to stop saying every hoe beautiful. But back to this topic right here, I understand where she's coming from. Traditionally, yes, your man will buy you a house. Traditionally, most women actually stayed in their household, stayed with their parents until they got married, until their husband bought them a house. But it's 2023. Unfortunately, we don't live in traditional times. A lot of you women ain't virgins when you get married.
Ho.
Y'all far from that.
Ho.
A lot of you women are not living with your mom and dad when you meet your husband. You're living on your own. A lot of y'all living on Section 8 housing, no disrespect, but y'all getting it how y'all live. A lot of you women already have a kid or two. A lot of you women don't want to cook and clean.
How many baby daddies they got?
If they got 2 or 3 kids, 2 or 3 baby daddies.
Like about 1.5.
Yeah, about 1.5.
Push.
Like traditionally, y'all don't cook and clean no more. Y'all don't manage the bills of the house. Like y'all literally, like now typically, y'all are like the housewives of Atlanta, LA, Miami, New York, whatever show you watching, where all you really do is just decorate the house. And by decorate, what I mean is you pay someone to decorate the house for you the way you want it to look, and you spend your man's money going shopping all day and doing whatever you do with your homegirls. Like, if you're a traditional woman and you haven't had that many sexual partners when we meet, and you're very humble and well kept, and you cook and clean, and you know how to nurture kids and stuff like that, and when we get together, you do all that stuff, and you're very submissive, I'm not gonna lie, you probably deserve a man that would do that for you. But in that little video, in that clip I saw, that she's that's not her.
I don't think so.
Like she's the opposite. She's the type where she probably tells that dude, like in the Jetsons scene, where you see George Jetson try to hand his wife some money and she snatches his wallet.
Mm-hmm.
That's her. Like, hey babe, I'm gonna go shopping. Here go $100. Man, nigga, you know I need that whole black card. Give me that. And she probably spent $1,000 at whatever her favorite stores is, not even caring about the bills and stuff like that.
Crazy, man.
And that's the problem with a lot of these hoes. But I can't even get mad at y'all. Because like Rose said, you niggas allow them to do it. Because in that video, had that been me, Rose, I would have put my hand over the camera and be like, hey, I need to stop recording. And if I didn't tell them to stop recording, I would have told them straight up on camera. Hey, look here. I'm not buying you a house. I will buy me a house and I will allow you to live in it with me. What that mean? That means this is legally my house and you can live in it because I give you permission. But believe me, your name is not going to be on this deed if you don't put $1 down. Now, does that mean we got to go 50-50? Like, I don't want the ladies to hear this conversation and think, oh, you got to go 50-50 with your husband. Nah.
If you got to contribute, though.
If your husband makes $80,000 a year and you make $35,000 a year, whatever is proportionate to what y'all making, y'all need to contribute your fair share. That's what y'all need to understand. But if I'm making 50 a year and you're making 40 a year, it makes no sense for me to basically buy a house and you don't spend nothing. That's ridiculous. That's retarded.
Yeah.
Like we both should be trying to contribute
insane
equally to whatever our budget is financially at that point in time. That's the point of being married. That's the point of a partnership. Yeah, any more thoughts on that, Rose, with these hoes?
Nah, man. I ain't got no thoughts, man. No thoughts. On to the next one.
Now, going from hoes to young ladies. Angel Reese has reported she has the most NIL deals. I think she's making over almost 400,000.
Yeah,
in her NIL deals.
But I think that there was a new report that said that she it's over $1 million now after they won the championship.
Okay, I mean, like she said, after they won, the price the price went up.
Mm-hmm.
And if it was a Fat Joe, yesterday's prices ain't today's.
It's not today's price.
So y'all need to remember that now. So not to even talk on her or hate on her, but this is a big conversation for people that love college sports from football to basketball. They even made a movie on it called National Champions. If you haven't seen it, it has a great cast. What are your thoughts on the state of college sports today and these NIL deals?
I don't personally have an issue with the NIL deals. I think that people should be able to hustle and make money how they live. But I do also think when people say that, oh, they need to pay the athletes, I understand that the athletes make the universities a lot of money and they pay all these high salaries for all these executives and things like that. But on my end, I just feel like the scholarship, the housing, the food, and all that stuff, I believe that is payment. I think that it wouldn't hurt for them to be able to work and make other money. So I don't have a problem with them getting extra money. But it comes to a point where at certain schools, the bigger schools that have bigger names, and some of these students are making so much money, it's like it's crazy. It's like I think that it should probably be a cap on it. I don't have a problem with them getting their money, but I just think it should be a cap on it. And also, if even though some of the bigger sports are making all the money for the schools, if they're all called student athletes, I think it should probably all go in a pot, and all the student athletes should get a piece of it. So to be fair around the board, even though some of those students athletes aren't as exclusive or famous as other student athletes, but if they're all student athletes, and I think they all should get a piece of it. So that's pretty much my take, because school is not cheap. It's very expensive. So if your child or a family member gets blessed with to go to school for free, a full ride, not to pay nothing, hey, that's a blessing. And so that's a really big deal. So Bertiz, what you thinking about it?
I think scholarships are wonderful. And I think scholarships are a good payment for student athletes. But with that being said, some of these programs, like Alabama football, Duke basketball, UGA football, and Georgetown basketball, and so on, so on, different sports. Some sports is baseball, some sports is golf. Like at Augusta State, golf is a very big for them. It gets to a point where the sport is the reason why the admission to the school is the way it is. Like they did a study, I want to say 10 years ago, on schools like Penn State, Alabama, a lot of the schools that had historic football programs, and they did like Duke and North Carolina, and they showed how the admission for these schools went up as those programs, basketball and football teams, had success. And then you had other schools, I want to say SMU, that used to have great football programs back in the day, and they showed how some of the admissions went down when the programs started not doing well because people just don't want to attend those schools like that. Um, I don't know the exact answer on how to, if you would go to University of Alabama, how do I pay the star linebacker versus the best swimmer on the swim team, even though we're not ranking nowhere nationally swimming wise. I don't know the best answer for that. All I can say is this: when Nick Saban is getting 14, 15, 20 million a year to coach a football team, a college football team. Like, let's understand, NFL coaches don't make the kind of money that some of these college coaches make. When he gets that kind of money, and when the SEC commissioner is making millions of dollars a year, the SEC commissioner, understand that, and the commissioner of these other, Pac-12 and Big Ten and all that is making millions of dollars a year, and athletic directors are making millions of dollars a year. Like their only job is to be in charge of the athletic program, and they're making millions of dollars a year. I do feel like morally, how are the people who is allowing these adults to make all this money, why can they not benefit from it? Like that's my big thing from it. If we take it back to, nah, Nick Saban doesn't get paid millions of dollars. He's only getting paid 50,000 or 100,000 a year. I probably wouldn't care. But when you start paying him millions of dollars and you start letting him do commercials with Aflac and Honda dealerships and all this different stuff where he can make even more money off of his likeness, but I'm the star linebacker for the team, and yes, I got a full ride to Alabama, but let's keep it real. A lot of the people who get full rides at some of these schools are only getting full rides because of how good they are athletically. Like they're not going there for academics. Like they're going there because you already know, okay, he's going to the league. Let's try to get him on our team. Like to me, a full ride doesn't even benefit a player that I know in 2-3 years is going to be in the NFL. Like Andre German was just on a podcast and talked about how I think Coach Cal wanted to recruit him. It was either Coach Cal or Jim Calhoun. It was either UConn or Kentucky. I can't remember. And he was going to give his.
He went to Kentucky. He went to Connecticut.
Connecticut. Okay, so it was Calhoun then. Calhoun was going to take away a scholarship from a player on the team who actually needed a scholarship. But he was like the 12th best player. When Andre Drummond found it out, he was like, nah, I'm only going to be here for a year, coach, a year or two. So you know what? I'll find a way to pay for it myself. Let that athlete who actually needs it, because he found out who it was, and then he joked about how he was the greatest walk-on to ever play, because he basically became a walk-on at that point in time, because he paid for school himself, because he only literally had to play for 1 year. So he only had to play for like a semester. Like in reality, like that scholarship wouldn't have even benefit Andre Drummond, just because of the fact that's how bad the coach wanted him. Like the coach wanted him so bad that he was willing to take a scholarship away from someone else who deserved it just to give it to Andre Drummond, which I'm not saying Andre Drummond don't deserve it, because he's a hell of an NBA player, what he was for the last 10 years. So that's the big reason why I don't feel like, man, I want to make their money, because you're already being exploited by the system.
Yeah.
So you should be able to exploit the system itself. Now it does take away some of the joy because when you do get some of these athletes, these kids getting 350,000 a year. In Angel Reese's case, she's getting $1 million now. It does bring up the thought of you got a 22, 23-year-old girl. Maybe she's 21.
No, they're probably younger than that, 18, 19,
So,
20.
so you got a 18, 19-year-old girl getting $1 million a year who's probably never had that kind of money. How is she going to react to that? How is she going to handle that? And that's a valid question because I could see situations where she's going to the bar, she's going clubbing, she's partying with celebrities. We saw Johnny Manziel do that at Texas, AM when he was there. For some reason, after one season, we saw this man in clubs with LeBron James, Drake, Odell Beckham, and he wasn't even in the NFL yet. He was still playing college football. So that does, kind of put a damper there. But yeah, I don't know what the solution would be because, like I said, I do feel Rose's sentiment of you got players on the tennis team and the swim team. What about them?
Yeah, that's basically my thing. But if they put it all in a pot and they don't have to spread it out evenly, but they put it in the pot and this person can get a chunk, this person can get a chunk, this person get a chunk, that would help everybody out. But I don't I don't know how they would do that or it's a slippery slope. It's like and since they now have the the NIL, it's like ain't no turning back now. And now it's kind of like the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, I mean the boosters of the best schools are going to basically be able to pay the most. Like you have a situation like in Miami, for example, with the two white girls. I think they're twins or sisters, but I know they're definitely sisters. One sister averaged like 4 points a game. I want to say maybe six. Another one averages like 12, which for women's basketball is not a lot, but she is the leader. To be fair, the 12-point scorer is the leader scorer of that team, I think. Um, but they have before Angel Reese, they had some of the biggest NIL deals in women's college basketball, and they're not nowhere near as the best. They're nowhere near the top 10 women basketball players in the country.
Yeah,
But they're two attractive white women, and Miami has some older white male boosters. And I'm not saying anything shady is going on, but there was pics of them attending dinners with these boosters. So yeah, I mean they probably got some of their deals just from keeping these men company. So you do get that aspect of it too.
yeah. So it's wild, man. We can go on and on about this all day long and all afternoon long, but it is the first weekend of the NBA playoffs. So we probably about to jump into some of that, and we might listen to a little music. We got some battles coming up. If y'all want to join us, so we might live stream them on the Instagram page or the TikTok page.
Taking it back to the 2000s, Murder Inc.
Yeah,
versus GGGGG Unit.
yeah, we got the Ja Rule 50 Cent battle coming up, and we also doing a 90s versus 2000 battle coming up pretty soon. And we'll keep y'all informed on that. Maybe, you know what I'm saying. Hit us up if you want to get the link to the live feed. We'll add you in there. You know what I'm saying, Mr. DJ Rose on the ones and twos. You know what I'm saying, doing his multiple things as he does.
And man, make sure y'all go follow the TikTok page, the YouTube page, the Instagram page, No More Black Tears Podcast. DM ideas that you have for topics that y'all want to hear, and give us your thoughts on some of the topics that we've talked about on the first 12, 13 podcasts we've done so far. And make sure you like and subscribe to the podcast.
Facts.
And in the words of Egg being Rakim, peace.
Yeah, I'm back quiet.